Who doesn't love a perfectly proportioned pilot's watch? And who out there doesn't love a beautifully well made all stainless steel watch? Who out there doesn't love automatic watches? And who out there doesn't love aventurine dials? Have Aquatico just given us all of this for less than $230? I think they have, you know. Of course, they've given us more than just that, but I think those are the important highlights. Those are the things that I think makes this watch potentially one of, if not the best watch Aquatico has made to this point. Now, there are other watches that they've made that I would probably buy before I bought this one, and other watches that I probably think look better than this one, but in the past, I have complained a little bit about the overall size of their watches. They have historically made dive watches, and those dive watches have been quite chunky and thick, but of course this is a pilot watch, so it suits this watch. This brand is set up perfectly to make incredible pilot watches because they, well, just like to make bigger than average watches. So you'll be pleased to know that on this occasion, I'm not going to complain about the size of this watch. It is perfect. And there is a lot to really like about this watch. The lume is really good on this watch. Despite it being printed on the dial, it's lasted very well. I like the fact that the hands are well proportioned as well. They reach right out to the outer edges of the dial. The case is well proportioned. The bracelet is well proportioned to the case. The clasp feels like good quality. The steel finishing seems good. The dial is gorgeous. They've put a solid automatic movement inside it, and they've put a custom rotor on that movement as well. And not one but two pieces of sapphire crystal, and the crystal on the front of the watch is huge. It's a flat piece of sapphire crystal with decent blue AR coating on it and 300 meters of water resistance. I said in a recent video about this watch that it's a little bit unnerving that you have to give a pilot's watch such decent water resistance capabilities because, well, you wouldn't want to end up in the water, would you? But given pilot watches are bigger than your average watches, why not give it 300 meters of water resistance? It's not going to add anything to the size of the watch because, yeah, it's a pilot watch. It was always going to be a big watch. So, of course, you're going to get a screw-down case back and a screw-down, huge screw-down crown. Decent bracelet construction, solid end links, solid links, milled in elements to the clasp. The outer shell is pressed. It's perhaps a touch thinner than we like, but I'm not going to complain about it because for the money, this watch is representing, well, incredible value. They're giving us so much for our money with this watch that, yeah, I'm going to struggle to complain about that outer shell because really there isn't anything wrong with it. You've got plenty of micro adjustments. It's finished nicely. It's signed. Double pushers. No safety latch. But yeah, still, nice clasp. Nice bracelet. Oh, pin and collar for the bracelet. Again, I'm not going to complain about that. It's one of my least favourite methods of adjusting bracelet length. But actually on this one, it was very easy to do. No issues whatsoever. And the collars are massive. So you're not going to end up dropping them on your carpet and spending the next hour or so with magnets to try and find them. Female end links as well, so those of us with average or smaller than average wrists can stand a chance of wearing this watch without it looking oversized and ridiculous, so that's really thoughtful as well. Lovely hands, finished very nicely, splash of colour at the tip of the seconds hand, they're brushed, the lume is decent as I've already mentioned, they reach right out to the edge of the dial, and the dial, what a dial, a Type B pilot watch, which is my favourite because there's just a little bit more going on with the dial, but I'm not so sure you really need it with this dial. It's an aventurine dial, and there was a time a few years ago where you would have paid a real premium for watches with dials like this, but these days they're coming on watches as affordable as this, and it doesn't look like they've changed the price or decided to charge more for this watch because it has this dial. They are offering this watch with a few different dials. You've got the option of one with a green fading dial, but they're also offering us a fully lumed dial version. Sadly, on the AliExpress listing, they're not showing any pictures of the loom, so I've had to go onto their dedicated website to see that. But yeah, that is a fully loomed white dial. And the prices for all three watches are identical. $229 US on AliExpress with free shipping. Of course, you may have to pay import taxes when that watch comes into your country, so please do bear that in mind. But $229 for any of these three watches is, yeah, that is really, really good. Oh, and I've just noticed there's one with a blue fading dial as well, but it is no surprise that the Aventurine dial version is by far their most popular one. They've sold over 200 units on AliExpress already, and this watch has only been available for a matter of weeks. So yeah, I'm not at all surprised that this could potentially be one of their best selling watches. The value for money here is off the charts. They've nailed it as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, there's very little to complain about with this watch, so well done to Aquatico for producing an almost perfect pilot watch for $230 odd. Incredible. Right guys, let me know what you think in the comments section. And as always, a massive thank you from me to you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Yeah, guys, look after yourselves. Take care. You'll see me again very, very soon.